it, because first things first, this past Saturday was WWE's annual Saudi show, Crown Jewel, and a lot was happening and a lot was going on. But I wanted to check in with Mo and kind of see her letter grade and how she would kind of grade Crown Jewel. What were some of the highs, some of the lows? I just kind of wanted to know what your perspective was on the show, Crown Jewel.
All right, FYI, I missed the main event, but I did watch the pay-per-view, and I honestly, from what I watched, even excluding the main event, I thought it was a pretty good show. Yes, one or two matches, well, not even matches. I didn't really give too much about Miz's segment, and I think probably the weakest link for me personally has to been Rhea Ripley's match, like the little fatal four-way they had. I could have really done without it. But outside of that, the show was very much high energy the entire night. The crowd was in love the whole match. I want to say, personally, I thought that it was banger after banger. I like the way that they put focuses on the major titles. I was very happy with Seth Rollins' match, to be honest. That had to be my favorite match of the night, next to Logan and Ray. The focuses on those two titles, I really enjoyed with WWE. Like at first I was like, damn, they really giving like Roman not Roman. They giving damn, I'm tired, bro. They giving Seth they giving Seth and Drew a lot of time for this belt. I'm like, that goes to show you how important it was. At some point, I was like, God damn it, they might give it to Drew just because of how much effort they're putting into defend this belt for damn near 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That has to be one of my favorite matches, and I thought that was fire. But the match of the night for me, since I did not see the main event, was definitely Logan versus Ray. That got a lot of heat. We're gonna get into it, but I love their chemistry. A, B. Shout out to Logan and his reaction skills because he didn't save the goat's life. Shout out to him, bro.
Right.
Um, but see, the match itself was great. The counters were great. The chemistry was great. And I love the way Logan won without making Rey Mysterio go out as a punk. Because obviously we don't like seeing people like Rey Mysterio lose. Duh, it's fucking Rey Mysterio. But I
Right.
love the fact that they put on a really good match, and they let Logan go out as a heel and do something pussy like with the brass knuckles or whatnot. Because I feel like if he got a clean victory over Ray, I actually would have been tight. But I appreciate them putting over a new star. Logan deserves it. That was my match of the night so far. So honestly, about to give it a letter grade, B plus. Is B plus
Mm.
fair? I'm gonna go with B plus, kind of like those two little segments I just mentioned between Miz and the girls. That I could have been out with, but B plus is good with me. What do you think?
I would actually give it the same grade. I would give it a B plus. I thought that there were so many things about this show that were just so good. Part of the reason why I feel like a lot of matches got ample time was because it wasn't a super stacked card. I think it was like 6 or 7 matches. So every match had enough time to be as great as it could be. And so that's the reason why I think that a match like a Seth versus Drew went off the way that it did, because if they had less time, I don't think it would have been as good. Also, I feel like another strength with that Ray and Logan match was the kind of setup of how Santos kind of put the brass knuckles, right, pretty much right in front of Logan so that he can use it. It has the potential to set Santos up for a heel turn, or not. But it's just the fact that they did a slight subtle move that kind of positioned Santos to either remain a face or go heel. Like, it's up in the air. Now, as
You think
far
that?
yeah, absolutely, because the
No,
way
because
that
like, he stepped on it. He stepped on the brass knuckles as if he was trying to prevent what's
yeah,
his
he was trying
face
to
from
prevent
giving it.
Logan. He was trying to prevent Logan's mans from passing it to him. But if you saw right before the 619, or the attempt at the 619, I think it was, Santos like had the brass knuckles in his hand. He was about to hit Logan's mans, and he ended up just putting the brass knuckles on the ring apron and ran after the guy. He never physically
Mm.
put his hands on the guy. He never, you know what I mean? Like, so it could have easily, that could easily turn into something later down the line, whether it's implicit or explicit. So I love
Mhm.
that. I loved the return of Kairi Sane to WWE. Um, and this is kind of a form of long-term storytelling, right? Because Bailey was one of the people that was responsible for Kyrie kind of leaving, and to see kind of Kyrie come back in a way where she was helping a former partner in Io Sky, to kind of continue to drive this tension between Io and Bailey, because Bailey is always offering her up for opportunities and kind of speaking on her behalf when she didn't ask to. I think it was a genius move, because now I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. Is there going to be, are we going to see a new Damage Control where it's going to be Oscar, well, not Oscar, where it's going to be Io, Kyrie, and Dakota Kai? Like, what's next? These are the things that have me kind of wondering. And then, of course, the Roman Reigns LA Knight main event was such a great main event, because it was one of those things that even though LA Knight lost, you can tell that this is not going to slow his momentum, and it's only going to kind of further accentuate what he's doing currently. So I think that the overall crown jewel was a B plus. But I want to know how everybody else thinks. Let us know in the comments below. How do you feel the crown jewel went? What letter grade would you give it? But we're going to be moving on to the next topic.